Welcome to Chronically Crocheting. I have a lot to share with you. Let's have some fun! Hi, my yarny friends. I'm on here today to share with you what I've been up to in my crafting, crocheting journey. It's been, I don't know how long it's been since I've been on here. Last time I was on here, I just got done with my colonoscopy, endoscopy, and I was struggling to talk. Luckily, that's a lot better now. So, and I had fallen, so I wasn't crocheting a lot. I'm crocheting again. I don't crochet a ton. My arm's still bothering me, so I'm slowly getting into the swing of things, though I have crocheted some. So where am I going to start? I'm probably going to start with what have I been doing the last 4 to 5 days, because I'm really excited by what I've been doing. So I moved here to the state of Georgia. We used to live in the state of Washington about a year and a half ago, and it just was a series of unfortunate events, and my health took a nosedive. This house, it was a nosedive, and it's been hard. So I haven't really been able to work on my room, and all my yarn was just shoved in cubicles. Stuff fell out, you know. It wasn't, it just wasn't right. And I have a different setup here in this yarn room, craft room, than what I had in Washington. The room I had in Washington was also a lot bigger, and I'm surprised, like, that made a difference. So I was finally able to organize my yarn. So my hope and my goal was to get all the yarn in this room, because I don't have it all in this room. So I have a room, I have a closet over there, and it's finally at a point where I can do a tour of my yarn room / craft room. So I'm hoping within a week I can get my husband to help me and we can film. I'm going to do a yarn room tour, and I'm not going to go over my yarn. And then after I do the yarn room tour, I'm going to do how much yarn do I really have, because I have yarn in this room, and then I do have 6 totes of yarn upstairs in a spare bedroom, and my goal is to get it down just to this room. I did, in the midst of going through and reorganizing my cubicles, my cubbies, I have yarn that I'm going to be getting rid of. I'm not going to sell it on Etsy or anywhere like that. I'm not going to ship it to sell it because I'm just too sick and shipping's too expensive. It's just not worth it. It's better just to buy from a company when they're on sale and try to get free shipping or cheap shipping, because shipping is astronomical. So I'm probably going to try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I have in the past. I would donate it to some of it. I sell some, donate some to my local YMCA, because it was very, very cold there, and they had like 300 knitters and crocheters, and they knit for the homeless and low income. I haven't found a place like this here. Well, I haven't looked, but I'm sure there's got to be something like that here. And so I may do something like that, sell some and donate some to something where it helps the homeless or low income, so to help keep people warm, because that makes me feel good. You know, knowing that this yarn that I bought is going to help somebody. So I decided I had been doing well, and normally when I do well, because if you're new, I have multiple chronic illnesses, but the hardest one is chronic fatigue syndrome or myalgic encephalitis. So I deal with disabling fatigue, and I'm not talking just, hey, I'm tired, I'm gonna sit here and eat bonbons. I wish it was that type of fatigue. My fatigue is so bad at times that it feels like my body is struggling to keep me alive. Like I don't have enough energy to breathe. Like I don't have enough energy to make my lungs expand, inhale and exhale. I mean, it can get really bad. I have disabling, torturous fatigue and much other things. So normally I'm in this push crash cycle. I get energy, I do stuff around the house, you know, because it has to get done. I do dishes, I sweep, I vacuum, or I vacuum, I mop, I do laundry, go grocery shopping. Usually I go grocery shopping, then I can't cook the food, healthy food I want to make because all that took energy. So I decided I'm not doing any household stuff. I mean, I did some dishes, but I'm like, I'm done. I never get to be in this room. All my energy is always for household tasks. Always. And then I crash, and then it's depressing because any energy I have, it's never fun. So not that going through all your yarn, I had it everywhere. My granddaughter helped me a little bit because I had it all on the floor. It was just everywhere, and she'd help me carry it into the table, and so I could look at it better and I could organize it better. And so I finally I have a better system. I know what I have more. I realized I was actually got a little depressed about my yarn. I'm like, how did I get so much yarn? And I know how. A lot of my yarn I got cheap. Like I got it for $1 or $2 a skein, you know, or maybe $1.50. I got Hobby Lobby clearance, or I found really good prices at like Ollie's, or not really Ollie's. I found a bargain hunt. I would find some really good deals, or just wherever I would, you know, like when companies would have their really good, like 5 for $10 or whatever. So at first I was really disappointed in myself. Now I hardly buy any yarn anymore. I've really tamed it. I really feel like, for me, I'm not saying for everybody, but for me, yarn shopping was an addiction. And I'm glad for that time. It helped me through some really, really, really bad periods of time where I couldn't even crochet, but I could still kind of yarn shop a little bit, and it just gave me a little bit of excitement. But I have far, far too much yarn, and so I'm really glad that I don't shop like I used to. I still get a little bit of yarn here and there, but last year I didn't buy hardly any yarn. And, you know, this year my goal is the same. You know, I want to play with, like, you know, I have, like, let me just grab this one. Like, I have this lazy days, you know, I have all different types of yarns like this that I bought, that I'm like, how does this amigurumi? Like, I've always wanted to try different yards for amigurumi, and this is a chain spun one, but it's not stiff and it's soft, and I think it would work really well. And so I'm excited. I want to, that's my goal this year, is to try all these different types of yarns. I have way more than that. That's just one that was right here by me. I have used this yarn, you know, like, this yarn, like this anti-pilling everyday melody. It was like $2 a skein, and so I got like a little bit of every color that they had when it was on sale. This was a long time ago, and here I am making a mess of my beautiful setup. So, and then I'm so excited. And then, like, my in my closet over there, I had these white boxes, and they're just white. They're cardboard boxes that you can get from IKEA. They fit in your cubicles, but I used them in my closet and stuff. I don't know what was in them, so I labeled them. So I've had these in my closet, and I never know what's in them. So I'm labeling them, and then in this, I should have labeled the yarn one. Oh, no, I guess they say cotton. I should have done cotton 1 and cotton 2. Anyway. So this has various cottons, this has various cottons, this has acrylic, and then these are wool with some acrylic, but the rest of this is acrylic. These are my mini skeins. And then over here, I have Halloween, Thanksgiving amigurumi. These are smaller. I have some crochet kits, Christmas amigurumi. I have yarn in here that is cotton, and this is lycocell. There it is. I have more Christmas amigurumi that I put out. Then on this other side, we got our son a puzzle because he loves puzzles and Legos. And then, so this has 4-weight yarn scraps, and this has yarn scraps that are 3-weight and 5 bulky. And I've had these for a while, and but at least now, because you'll see they're up in a closet, that I'll at least have an idea of what's in these boxes. So now, instead of just having these blank boxes, I know what's in them. I still need to label this. It has finished projects in it, and it has finished projects that I want to do tutorials on, and that just has like stuff for a blanket, not interfacing, but that goes in between, like a quilt that can't remember what it's called, you know, the inside of a quilt. So, yay, I'm excited. I'm gonna do a full yarn room tour soon. And, you know, so I just went through all my yarn. And I don't know if I said this, but I have 2 tote bins and like 5 garbage bags full of yarn that I'm gonna sell part and donate part. So, and I was organizing just stuff that I had everywhere. I haven't 100% organized. Like, I have these cabinets over here that have crafting supplies in it. I want to go through that, and I just want to purge stuff that maybe I'm not going to use and give it to, you know, my daughter-in-laws. They have kids, they do crafts. Hey, do you want some? And then if not, you know, our church, do you want any? I know my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, she works with the children's ministry, so if she doesn't want it, then I'll just, you know, trickle down and see where I can donate it. So it's been a lot of fun. My son came in here today, and I was eating my lunch in here, and he's like, why are you eating your lunch in your craft room? And I'm like, it's warm in here. Our house, I don't think it's insulated well, and in the front room, it's vaulted ceilings, so even if it was, you know, the heat just rises, and it's nice to be in this room. Now that it's all organized, I play music, and I'm warm because I have a little space heater. Normally this room is the coldest room in the house. I don't know why. This room with all this yarn is not keeping this room warm. It's not working. So I'm just enjoying it. And so in the midst of all this, I finished a couple little things that didn't take that long. But when you're as sick as I am, you know, you don't just have physical fatigue, you have mental fatigue. So even small little tasks feel insurmountable. It feels like climbing Mount Everest, or you can't process that information to do that. So like one of the things I did, my grandmother made me that rabbit about, I don't know, 40 years ago. I'm guessing. No, I had been younger because I wasn't a kid at 40. I was like a teenager. So 50 years ago or something like that, my grandma sewed me that rabbit. I've had it this whole time, and I wanted to make my grandkids a rabbit. Now I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to do a pattern. So I decided to create a pattern, and I have 2 prototypes that look hideous, and I only made one normal one, but that was off to Lily, and she doesn't even know where it is anymore. It never made it in the move, which kind of breaks my heart. So my Ellen and Elijah saw my prototype, and they're like, we like it, we want it. And my husband's like, hey, those are the best things, those funky looking things that people make. And so they needed to be stitched up, some little holes where you turn things inside out. So that's one of the things in these past 4 or 5 days. I'm tickled I got it done. I can get it out of my room and give it to them. So this is one of my prototypes. And it's just boxy. It was terrible. The body was terrible. I didn't mind the arms. I'm not good about, you know, I hand stitch these. These are the things I had to sew up. And my friend taught me a long time ago how to sew something where you don't see the stitches, but I don't remember it. I didn't want to do it. I'm not a fan of these anyway. So I just whip stitched it. This one, I was using a terrible needle, and then I was like, why, after I was done, I'm like, why did I use white? See, I used pink on this one. I'm like, I'm not ripping that out. It's just adding to the flavor of silliness, for lack of a better word. So I had to stitch here and had to stitch here, and then the arms, but I did it. She's done. And then the guy, I did sew some of them shut with the sewing machine. Like this guy, I did the sewing machine. But I did have to whip stitch his side, and I think I did the feet with the sewing machine. I tried her with the sewing machine, it didn't work. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna whip stitch it. So I basically have like Abbott and Costello, you know, with the bunny rabbit theme going on right here. So, and these ears are like this. So they wanted them. So I'm like, you know what? I made them. Why not? Why not? So they're done and they're ready to go to Eleni and Elijah. I was very excited about that. And another thing that I started, where did it go? Oh no! I just had it here. How on earth have I lost something already? I was so excited. Oh no! Oh, hold on. Okay. I started this and it was probably 80% done. I made it, it's for a yarny friend, and like 2 years ago, roughly. And it's a project bag. I love to sew. I've made project bags in the past and have sold them. It was my goal to do that, but I'm sick and just hasn't happened. I haven't been able to do that again, but I did finally finish her project bag because I made her an amigurumi. I made her a project bag, and you know, I wanted to send her Happy Mail. And I finally, after 2 years, and it took me like 15 minutes because it was mostly done, finished a project bag. It has my little label. On the inside, I did a pocket. You can put your crochet hook here. And you can, and then, you know, scissors or stitch markers there. It's a drawstring. And it's a box bottom. There isn't any interfacing or whatever it's called, because in these types of bags, I don't like it in them. It just makes them too bulky. In my other ones, I like it in it, but this one, I don't. So literally like 15 minutes, that's all it took. All these things didn't take that long. And I was just tickled. And I have so many other just baby things that felt insurmountable. So I'm hoping that I stick on this roll where I can get all these little things done, because I'll feel so much better if I do. And in the midst of I bought this probably a week before I did my yarn thing, but I'm not regretting it. I bought one skein of yarn when I was at Hobby Lobby, and that was because it was $1.24, and I love this yarn. And this color, I actually have one skein of it because I was making my grandson a unicorn. I made my granddaughter this epic unicorn. My husband said it was the best thing I'd ever made, and I never got to show it to you guys, and it's gone. It's gone now, and it doesn't look as good as it did. I'll try to have her bring it here, but it's been loved. It doesn't look pristine. I don't even think I took pictures of it, you know, because I'm sick. And I so wanted to show you guys this unicorn. It was so cool. I even had video of us going to the store and them picking out their colors. Eleni picked this unicorn pattern because last time Eli picked out a cat pattern, and I don't know if they picked the yarn. I can't remember if they picked the yarn or if I did. But for this unicorn, I actually took them to the store and they shopped for it. And for the yarn, and I got footage of it and finished 1 out of 2. The Eli's, I messed up on the legs and I got defeated because I had 4 legs done and 3 were different than the other one. And I don't remember what was what. I hate it when I put something down. So I have to rip out the legs and start all over, and I was done. I gave him something different instead and to compensate for that. So I used this in his unicorn, and I don't know if they clearanced it out or if it's a die-lot, but I'm like, I'm getting it. It's $1.24. So what has been on my hook? What has been on my hook? You guys remember I was making, oh no! I was making these hats, and my ultimate goal was to make 7 of them, but Zach was only here for a couple days. I didn't get his done, but I did finish 6. I think last time I was on here, I only had like 4 done, and I still needed to finish 2 more, and so I got them done. I haven't put the bells on them. I only have a bell on one, but everybody's got their name on it. I got 2 of them I have to weave in ends. And here's to hoping that they fit next year. Yarn stretches, so I think it will. I had Eleni and Elijah try theirs on, and they look so cute. And we still have all their Christmas decorations up. So when they come to help take it all down, I'm hoping I can get my photo with their hats on. You know, would that be a cute like Christmas card next year? So, yep, I got it done too late. I never got to do my elf party. I don't know. Decorations are still up, but my mom was visiting. People were over a lot. I'm just a little kind of done. I'm needing a bit of a me time. I need some me time. So I don't know. You know what? I'll be ready for next year. I'll have everything. I can work on my little Grinches that I wanted, and there'll be if I get those Grinches done and I have the hats done, I'm just ready for right smack when Christmas time starts. I'm gonna immediately say, let's do this Grinch party. So it's not over. I'm just pre-early. I'm just a year early. I'm never early. So that's how I'm going to look at it. I'm going to go back to making my Grinches when I get other stuff done. I think I want to do Christmas in July with you guys. That would really help me. Crochet alongs really like push me to do things. And I want to think of Christmas way before a month before Christmas or 2 months before Christmas, because I don't know what my body's gonna do. So 6 months before Christmas is way better. I could get my Grinches done because I have like 4 more, and figure out if there's anything else that I want to make them. So because like Valentine's Day's coming up, and I'm like, should I make them something? And then I'm like, there's not enough time for me. Most people would be like, oh, you got a month. But I'm like, oh, I got a month. So anywho, so I did get those done. Another thing I've been working on, I've showed you guys this. I don't know how far I was done with it, but I had made a homespun blanket in these fun colors, pinks and whatever. They were just stripes, and so I did a girl one, and now I'm doing a boy one, and I'm getting so close. I don't have a stitch marker. I only have to finish this blue, this skein of blue, and then I have one skein of brown, and I'm done. And I'm done. So I've been making this. And I have this, the blue and then the brown, and the blue is probably, I think it's about halfway done. I don't even know if you can get this homespun anymore. It's called Lakeside Stripes, and again, I got this like $2 a skein. And then the brown is Yarn Bee Fireside that they don't sell anymore in the color Honey Maple. I was gonna make teddy bears with this, but when I saw how much homespun yarn I have, and I have a lot, I decided I need to start making blankets. Now this blanket, I'm debating doing a cat applique and putting it on here somewhere because my grandson Elijah loves cats, and I don't know, I just think it would be cute. So I might put an applique on that. Oh my goodness. So that's been on my hook, and I probably have done, I don't know how much. I don't know, since you guys last saw it. Probably, you know, the big blocks of rows that are one full skein, probably 2 or 3 of those. And I do it until it runs out. So if I don't care if I'm halfway or a quarter way through a row, I go until that yarn runs out. And then the brown, I won't, if it's a quarter way, of course I'll end it. So it's only the last row that may not do a full row that I won't get to use all of that skein of yarn. But I like doing it this way because I'm using, let's see, how many? I think it's 9 skeins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 skeins of yarn, and I use it all except for the last one a little bit. And all I'm doing is half double crochet, and that's it, back and forth. I started with the foundation row, as many as you want, and you just do half double crochets. And when you use a plastic hook, this is a 7mm, when you use a plastic hook, there's no problem with homespun yarn. And I learned that from Debbie, the Canadian crocheter. She said that, I tried it, and I was like, oh, she's right. So after you wash that, it's luxurious. I made me this beautiful purple sweater with homespun yarn, and it's warm and cozy, and I gotta get it out. It's packed away from the move. So this, another thing that's on my hook, and this started, I think this morning. I think I started it this morning. So at Christmas time, I remembered I had these 18-inch dolls that I bought 2-3 years ago. I bought 2 of them, one for each of my granddaughters. And my goal was to crochet them clothes and give it as a gift, as a set. Like, here's the clothes and here's the doll. But it just sat in the closet, and they're gonna outgrow playing with these dolls. So I decided that for Christmas I was gonna give them the dolls, but to play here. The dolls stay here, they can play with them here, so then I can use them, so I can make them crocheted clothing. Well, last night Lily was up here hanging out with me, and I said, hey, do you want to look at some crochet doll clothes? 2-3 years ago, from Pamela as Adoring Crochet, she was, had some sell on all the 18-inch doll clothes patterns that she had at that time. They came on a little USB. I bought it, and I never opened the package ever. So the same thing with Bag O' Days USB. It's still in its package. So last night I got it out. My son helped me get it on my laptop, And Lily and I looked through all of them. We had so much fun. She was so tickled. She just loved them. And she then picked a pattern that she wanted me to make. Oh, this is her doll that I got her. It's from Amazon. It was on sale when I bought it for 25 bucks. I don't know what they're called, but this is her. I don't know her name. It's like the Amazon brand 18-inch dolls, and Eleni has one, but it's different. So she picked a pattern. Then we went to my yarn, and she picked out yarn. So she picked out pink. This is going to be for the heart. I don't know if I'm going to edit this tonight, because then that takes forever. The jacket, she wanted black like in the picture, but I was like, oh my gosh, what about sparkle yarn? So we got black sparkly yarn for the jacket, and then for the skirt, she has this blue. Look at those colors. And then the shirt is white, and then you put a pink heart on it. And so I have to say, I've never made doll clothes, and I got confused on the shirt, and I had to go rogue. I did the first part of it. There's like a picture. I got that right. But then after that, it was just not working out right. I don't know. So I'm making the shirt, and this area I had to do different because it wasn't working right. Like her chains were going to end up here in some weird place, and it needed to end up where the armholes. I finally figured out that. So it's harder than you think. I thought that I've made shirts before, but I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this. But this is how much crocheting I got done today. This is all I've done because I've been once again working on this yarn room. And then I had to work upstairs because I had almost all the yarn out of the tote boxes I had upstairs. So I had to put that back and put that back away. So I'm working on that. This is going to be a cute little outfit. And then someday I'll have to have Eleni over here, and we can look at all of them again. And then she could pick out hers, and she can pick out the colors. I had a blast. It was so much fun. And this is my bag. This one I did not box bottom. It's so cute. It has my little tag. It has the drawstring. This one I did put a handle here. I think I kept this one because I messed up on the handle. But I don't know why you need this handle. Well, probably when you have these. I don't know. So I haven't been doing this, but I suppose if you were going to hang it up somewhere, I don't know. So that's what's been on my hook. Let me go over. I wrote notes, guys. I wrote notes. I never write notes. Oh my gosh. So I went through, I didn't look at all my whips, but I wanted to see where all my whips were and what did it look like, the volume of whips. And I have whips in 4 different areas, and something's got to be done. They just grow. They've grown since I've got here. I've done Confessions of a Whipaholic twice now. I think this time I'm only going to do the whips that are in this room, and upstairs I have more. And maybe pick a certain area of the room because I have it in 3 different areas, and maybe just pick a certain area, try to get them done, pick another area, try to get them done, pick another area, try to get them done, and then work bringing the other ones down. Because I don't know how many whips I have. I have a lot, and some of them I just need to rip out. Did I tell you when I went through my yarn, I still have 6 totes of yarn upstairs, and one of them is really big? Yeah. Okay, let me see. Oh, Oh, maybe I will edit. Another thing I did was, I don't know, for those of you who've been here a long time, I made a baby ball for my grandkids, the twins, a long time ago, and it got brought back to me, which, anyway. So it was really dirty and gross, so I ripped out stitches. I took all the batting out of it. I washed it. I did a terrible job. I washed it before. I washed all those little hexagons, whatever they were before. I didn't get it to bleed, and this time it bled. And I'm like, it's not pristine anyway. I was pretty disappointed with myself. Last time I used a color catcher, and I don't think I put it in the dryer, and this time I put it in the dryer. I think that's what did it, because it wasn't bleeding at first, but it was just so wet. So washing that, I'm gonna restuff it. I'm not gonna wash the stuffing that was in it, but I am gonna reuse it, put more stuffing in there, sew it up, give it to Curidan to play with, and then when Elliot, the twins' brother, he gets big enough, then he can play with it. But I don't know if I'm going to take it apart and wash it again. I don't know. I don't know. So I was excited, though, to do that because it's been shoved in my closet for 1.5 years. So I think that's about it. That's on my list. I'm excited. I got a lot done. I did film some of the baby ball where I was ripping it out, taking the stuffing out and stuff. But I think I'll save that until it's all done. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put that all together so you'll get to see all the steps of it and all it being done. I'm glad I purposefully left a little piece of a string out just in case I ever needed to rip it out, and that's how I got to rip it out. It worked beautifully. It was a perfect idea. My voice is starting to hurt. I'll quickly go over my colonoscopy, endoscopy. I just saw my gastrologist and I left there in tears. I don't understand him. He's, you know, I don't understand 50% of what he says. I don't like how it was left. I have moderate to severe colitis in my intestines. We're not doing any medicine. I asked him about the atrophied small intestine. He goes, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Look at the paper. Look." And then later he's like, oh, I found it. Oh, it's right here. I'm like, I'm not making this crap up. Where would I even got that from? And then I'm like, he didn't even care about it. He didn't even care about it. Why is it atrophied? What's causing it? Is it going to get worse? Do we look into a reason? Needless to say, I need to find a new gastrologist, and it's hard. This is the second terrible doctor I've had here in Griffin. I'm just not happy. So, and it's hard to find somebody good. So, anywho, I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated and I'm worried about having chronic colitis, which is inflammation that's getting progressively worse. And the reason why he's not treating it is because I don't have the classic symptoms, and I won't go into them because they're gross, that like my son had. So anywho, that's my frustration on that point. But I better get going because my throat's killing me. I am so happy to be back on here. I'm hoping to be on here more. I'm hoping that I continue to do well and that I can finish tutorials I've started, finish videos I've started, finish my patterns I've started. I have patterns, I have my bear. I started a bear from my series of Mr. Purrs a lot, Mr. Barks a lot, Mr. Sir Guards a lot, and blah, 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 blah. I have a bear that is like 80% done. The pattern's almost done. All I need to do is finish making pictures. Some of the pictures are done. So there's a lot that I've had in the works that I've never got to complete. And then I have other like minis that I want to make tutorials for. Now I got to go find those patterns and remake it again just to get my brain like, okay, how do I do this so I can make a tutorial. Starting to flush, so I better get going. My pots is saying, you're done, you're done. Anywho, I love you guys. I love you guys. And I didn't even get to go into Christmas cards. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sending me Christmas cards. Those of you that did, I did get a few more. I appreciate you. I thank you so much. And I better go. I love you guys. Give me a comment. I love to read them. Let me know what's on your hook. How is your Christmas? How is your new year? I'd love to hear it. That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.